Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about my predictions for the NGS headline. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to go over is the NGS headline is not happening tomorrow. It's actually happening on Friday, so in 3 days time. So just keep that in mind. Don't be surprised that when you tune in tomorrow and you're like, wait a second, there's no NGS headline. It got delayed until May 31st. But as usual, we will take a look at the description below over here to see if they mentioned anything interesting. Unfortunately, they have gotten really smart and they just kind of given us the basic same description every time now. It's just saying that Hero Rai, the official navigator of NGS, will be updating players around the world with the current operations, future updates, interesting campaigns, and other related topics. So yeah, no information here, unfortunately. However, luckily, we still have the roadmap to see what is coming. So first of all, of course, we are getting the PSO2 12th anniversary. They actually hinted this in the previous headline, or the one last month, so this is guaranteed to happen. Now, we are getting a new field, which I don't think is happening in June. The new field will probably come out in July. But the story quest, I'm pretty confident that we will get, as well as the limited time quest. I'm almost certain that we're going to get at least 2 of them. As for the dual quest phase 5, I'm not entirely sure. Honestly, they should just take dual quest out of the system, to be honest, or at least change it so that you can just farm it with normal gear. I know with phase 4, you can farm it with like regular gear as long as you were best in slot. I don't know. I just feel kind of iffy about the whole dual quest situation. But nevertheless, dual quest phase 5 is guaranteed to come within the next 2 months. But these aren't the things that I'm very excited about other than the new field. Obviously, this is something that I'm super excited about, but I don't think this is coming out in June. This is definitely a July thing, because I think that the new action system is also coming out in July, but the fighter expansion should be coming out in June. So a lot of people are watching my video yesterday and be like, Kara, why are you suddenly learning how to play Fifths and how to learn Fighter? And the main reason is because of the Fighter expansion over here. I really hope that they make the Fighter a very high risk, high reward class, because the Fighter is, you literally have to be in front of the enemy. It's the shortest range class. So I kind of hope that Sega tunes it to be very high risk, high reward, since you have to be up front and you have to, gap close and be really close to the enemy, and you have less time to react and you're really in their face. So you should be able to pummel enemies down and deal tons and tons of damage. I've been messing around with the Knuckles for about like 3 to 4 hours today, and I do like it, but it does feel a little bit clunky to me. There's like really long animations and there's animation locking. That's the main thing that really bothers me. It doesn't feel as fluid as like Slayer or Katana Braver. Obviously, I really hope that they do take aspects from those classes and implement it into the fighter so it just feels smoother to play. At the moment, it just feels really clunky for me, at least. But I've only been playing the class for a couple of hours, so maybe as time goes on, I'll learn the ins and outs and be a little bit more proficient with the class. But I am super excited about the fighter expansion, because from all the fighter mains that I've talked to, they kind of hope that there is a rehaul, and they're all pretty excited about the expansion itself, because the fighter class definitely needs some help. Now, on top of that, we do have some changes with the creative spaces. We are getting the Japanese theme added, so this is definitely something that I like, because I just like the whole Japanese aesthetic with like the cherry blossom leaves and stuff like that. So this is something that I am waiting for. We are going to get new parts, and we are also getting a bunch of build parts ported from the base game into NGS, so that's also really nice. Now, as for the collaborations, we already know that the sci-fi anime is Code Geass, so definitely look forward to that. I'm very excited for that collaboration, but we don't know what the last one is, the anime based on a light novel. They've not given us any hints on this yet, so we're gonna have to wait and see. Now, other than the stuff that they showed on the roadmap, I am expecting to see new gear, whether it be a new weapon that is craftable, that's easily obtainable, or a new armor. Personally, I am leaning towards a new armor for sure, because we haven't had an update on our armors for several months already. If we take a look at the highest rarity armor that we can currently obtain, it is a 9-star rarity armor. However, when we look at weapons, we're already at 11-star rarity weapons. So I'm fully expecting to see the 10-star rarity armors be released in the next month or 2, and I wouldn't be surprised if it had something to do with the new region, because remember, we are getting the new region in July. So that is definitely something that I'm super excited about. Now, other than that, another thing that I'm hoping that will be implemented relatively soon, hopefully next month, is going to be the Augment transfer system. So as you can see over here, this is the Augment transfer passes. Now this is from the base game, so don't panic. Don't be like, oh my god, Kero's a dev, he has dev items, what is this? This is from the base game. That's why I can show you it, and it has a big X over here saying that, you know, you can't actually use it in NGS, but they do exist. There are Augment transfer passes in PSO2, all right? So in the base game, it existed. You could use these, you could transfer your augments from gear to gear. So they did mention this in the previous headline and the headline before, so 2 months ago, they did say that Augment transfer passes are going to be a thing. And so it's been 2 to 3 months now, so I really do hope that they will be implementing it relatively soon, because in 2 NGS headlines ago in the operation report, they did say that they wanted to implement the Augment transfer passes with the implementation of the wing guards. However, due to technical issues and delays and stuff like that, they weren't able to do it. So they told us that, hey, we're gonna need a little bit more time before we push this onto the live servers. Well, I think we've given them, you know, 2 months, I think is a good amount of time. Maybe 3 months would be pushing it a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Augment transfer pass system come in relatively soon. And that concludes all of my predictions. Let me know in the comment section below, what are you expecting to see in this NGS headline?
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.